Welcome to LAPEAL. This broadcast is going to be about the LAPEAL, the first blog, first category of broadcasting, of live streaming. I just talked for over an hour, and somehow when I ended it, I ended all the things I had just discussed. And as I said, I need to cut these way down anyway, so that was a good reminder. What I want to do is just let the slides talk for themselves. And as we get into the sessions, we can keep breaking them down for a lifetime. And so that's what we'll be talking about today, is the vision and all the different things we'll be talking about. As we see, go back to the blog 165 on the AGMA and LAPEAL websites. And the first blog is LAPEAL category. And today's going to be the LAPEAL Global Vision. The vision is so big, and that nobody will be able to accomplish it in a lifetime. That's one of the importance of having your number one vision, number one thing in life that you can never outlive, but it's always fun getting closer to it, becoming as close as you can by the standard. And as I'm going to go through these files now, instead of taking an hour, we may just take this several minutes and let the files speak for themselves. And the first one here is the LAPEAL vision causes you to live it till you make it, because LAPEAL itself is the why. It's not the why, but it's the how. It's how to get what you want. It's what you have to do. And we've talked a little bit previously about LAPEAL, but this is the first kickoff, the big live stream we're going to do. And instead of being an hour like I did before, and I still didn't cover it, 100th of it. We're just going to go and let you read the slides this time. But I need to get these visions out. We see that LAPEAL is an acronym, and it stands for Lifetime Action Plan in Every Area of Life. As you read these blogs, I'll make this one, and you can come back to these later. The reason I'm so excited about the vision for LAPEAL is because every professional counselor on this planet, whether you have your mental health, DSM credentials, or whatever standards your countries go by, always do it under those credentials. Here in the United States, I have worked under psychiatrists and psychologists and different ones to be able to practically teach and break down each whatever issue a client may have. But LAPEAL is for everybody. Every professional counselor can use with any credential professional or any this certified in LAPEAL, because hopefully before we get certifications out for both the program and the client, and for what the client needs, how to support them, the resources, and the certification for the counselor himself, that it will be doing the group sessions and the one-on-one LAPEAL counseling. As you read these, you can come back and take time to look at those. And I hope that this time I'll log out, and that the few minutes that I've shared with you. One thing about me, I love to put energy in the best, but when I speak for an hour and then it's all lost, that's a lot of wasted time. So I want to go back and at least get you the information on these slides. And I wish I could have went into a little bit more like I did before, but this might be even better by you just reading it yourself. This is how we started out, self-counseling. I would help people way back over 50 years ago, and started developing lesson plans, and to where I'm at today. And this slide covers some of those events, how LAPEAL was broken down. And as we do this slide or a later slide, I want to start our daily 2 or 3 4 minute daily LAPEAL, where we talk about a different counseling technique or mechanism or a principle. And then I want to go to, if we have enough professional counselors globally, I'd like to go to a daily lesson plan, so we keep them, real simple always add to them, but real simple, the very basic of what's been successful for you, and then uh, incorporate all of that in our global professional programs and professional counselors giving that those lesson plans and that curriculum. I want it to be a lifetime of our blogging and our live streaming from the comments that you get now that you can add on the side of the chats here now, as you see there. As you keep adding them, I can go back and look at them. And please take time to read these slides. And as I said on point C, a lot of us have spent a lot of time on every point of vacation, every little minute sometimes, but we don't make any plans for our life. And the average lifespan used to be around 72, 73. I know that's always changing, but whatever the average span is, something as important as our physical life, we need to make plans for, just like we do for anything else. Making plans for anything will help you be disciplined. It will help you reach where you want to be, and it gives you something to do. It takes care of things that can creep in and make you fearful, because when you're doing something the best you can, then you haven't got time for that to come in. There's so many different things, other perspectives too, that LAPEAL will bring in and help to see why it's so functional and so good to have these lesson plans and this curriculum. Look here and be sure to get the one website we already have for LAPEAL, which is a narrative handbook, and all the contents will be in there on the AGMA web store. Be sure to come back to this slide and read these and see what they have to say. And then point 3 here, the different ways I've used LAPEAL over the years and what I've already have done. But I want to go back now and make this global. I want to have a global, my vision is to have a global professional counselors, and we all come together, not only for helping our patients, but helping ourselves. No matter who we are in this life, physical life, it hurts all of us. And I encourage professional counselors, even psychiatrists, to have support. We all need support in this life. This slide here, we talk about if you don't have the credentials to teach, like in the United States, the DSM manual, then you refer that, or you work under a psychiatrist, like I have for years in the prison system, and on drugs and all the different substance abuses, and on social maladies and things of disorders that where a professional oversees you. And of course, for example, on the substance abuse, I was given spiritual counseling and civil counseling way before even back in 1989, when the state of Tennessee actually had and introduced standards for what we call substance abuse. And of course, the names change over time, but whatever nomenclature that may be used. So just because someone don't have the credentials don't mean that they don't have all the experience. But even then, always have the credentials, and if you don't, be sure you, wherever you're working at in the world, that you're under somebody that oversees you, to be sure that the standards of whatever that district you're under of law, that is taken care of. LAPEAL was designed and has been used with evidence-based results with different counseling theories. In fact, it's made to be used with anything. In fact, the basics of LAPEAL is give anybody on this planet our vision, their total life, the whole lifetime, and wherever they at now in life, give them the counseling principles of always had to have a vision and always be adjusting and readjusting, and because life changes, current event changes, and your LAPEAL changes, but you still always need a plan wherever you're at right now. And that plan will help you with where you at and what you have now, resources to give you a dream that you can live every day, not fake it till you make it, but live it, because you see yourself already there. You've taken the time to see what it's going to take and looked into it. And with these principles, You can you can have a track record to see where you're at. You can live your dream every day. Go back and read these. It's STM. I went back to self-time management. Last time, a few minutes ago, I spent several minutes showing how exciting that is. And I hate to waste that hour, but you can read that. And I'm sure if you're a professional counselor, you can see and add to these as we go along. The next slide, our conclusion, and we see I've done a lot of trauma and crisis counseling, but LAPEAL program, and it comes out after we, as a community, come out with our self-counseling manual, even in our professional practices and counseling theory. We always recommend, LAPEAL will always recommend if you have a crisis or trauma, whatever it may be, to always be certified, but not only certified, be experienced in it. I've done trauma, and I was able to do it because I've been counseling in a lot of different areas and a lot of different things for over 50 years. But there's some things, if you haven't counseled enough, haven't experienced enough, it's going to hit you. It's going to almost make you where you come numb and you can't help someone because you haven't had enough experience. So even if you've been certified in something, if it's such a trauma client that comes to you, always be able to refer right then, even if you have to call them and take them, however you have to get them there. But do what you can. But what I'm trying to say, be sure to get them somewhere where someone has been experienced and can help them as fast as possible. And if no one else, then compose yourself, and we'll have lesson plans on how to different techniques to help you do that. But it's still a lot to deal with. So be sure to read that slide, and just going back, tell you, be sure to go back and look at that resource on AGMA, and go back and look at this resource on the blog itself, or you can buy the resource on the store. And what you see, this right here starts out the page, and it's the first narrative handbook. As you go back and you read about that, will be about it'll be good forms to help the counselor and help the counselor know how to do the sessions, how the client participant, how they can assess themselves with the counselor's help, and how they can know what the program's about and everything. And these forms were designed for that. And the forms themselves has helped a whole lot. But what I want to do, whether we use some of these forms, don't use any of them, I want us as a global community of counselors and professional counselors to come up with a global support counseling system. That's the vision. It's a big vision. And if we don't get that much global support, we'll do it with just America. And of course, I can do it with America because I know the laws, and I know the districts, and I know the county laws and the federal laws. I've taken what they call the substance abuse NADAC for the federal program. I've taken all the courses of LADAC. Only thing I haven't done is went before the board. The only reason for that is because I didn't have time, because I've been a counselor in the prison. I've been a counselor also, and I've also taught programs in the prison. So just because of time, I just didn't take that little bit of extra. But I've got all the things that anybody's got a LADAC license have to have. So I know what the standards from the government are. And but still, if you're in a place, be sure you work. If you haven't got the LADAC and ADAC credentials, that you work under somebody that does, and sign off on you, or go ahead and get them and counsel. But either way, this material will work and will help counselors to help anybody put everything in their physical life for a lifetime in their own hand. That's what a professional counselor wants to do. He wants to help the client with all the experience and all the different thousands of things that a professional counselor has helped somebody with in the same area, in the same disorder, the same emotional counselor, and show the different ways it has helped different people. Can be a great resource, this LAPEAL, for any counselor. I hope you go back and look at these slides. And one thing this did do, this has taught me that I can do it for whatever long I've done it, 10 minutes or whatever it is, instead of doing it an hour plus like I did before. Let's say now if I can sign out and keep all that I've done. Let's see. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I hope you become a part of this great vision. Please go back and read these slides. Uh, but this is what, when we talk about blog number one, we're talking about these broadcasts, and we're talking about the blogs that we will be putting, God willing, on the golf